Hey YouTube, it's Kharyzma, and this video is going to talk about how you can start your natural hair journey. At first I was gonna number it like 5 tips, 10 tips, but I kept coming up with tips and I'm like, I don't think I could number it. So I'm just gonna give you a few of my favorite tips that will help you, natural or about to be natural person who wants to embark on this journey, but you don't have a clue, you're scared, you don't have support, you don't know. Believe it or not, there are still a lot of people out there who want to become natural, but they don't know. And you know, even with all the information on YouTube, there are people who just don't really watch YouTube. So hopefully if you are watching YouTube and someone recommended YouTube, you'll find my channel. I meet a lot of people when I'm traveling in the city, on the bus, on the train, and they compliment me on my hair and they say they would like to go natural and they don't know how, and I refer them to YouTube. So this is for a couple of you guys who I have referred to my channel on YouTube, and so you could start to see some of the videos that I do that will hopefully help you. So I wrote it down, so I'm gonna be looking at my notes. Number one, I put that you have to decide that you want to be natural. That means that if you have processed hair, whether it's a perm, a texturizer, whatever it is that you know you want to get out of doing, you want to wear your hair natural, which means you will not be putting any chemical straighteners in your hair. If you already have a relaxer, you're gonna have two options. You can either stop relaxing your hair, and so what will happen is your hair is going to grow, your new growth, but now you're not going to re-perm or relax the new growth that grows in. You're gonna allow your hair to just keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. And eventually what's gonna happen is the straight hair is gonna be on the ends and your natural hair is gonna start to come in at the roots. So your natural hair will be thicker than the relaxed hair on the ends. And so when you get to a point where you cannot manage the two textures, you're eventually going to have to cut off that relaxed hair. You can cut it off all at one time and do what's known as a big chop, where you don't have much new growth, but you just cut everything off and start with like less than an inch of hair, or you can let 2-3 inches grow out and then cut off all the relaxed ends and have like 2 to 3 inches of hair. Or you can transition for like a year, 2 years. Some people have done it where they get a significant amount of growth, maybe 6, 8, 10 inches of new growth, and then they cut off their hair. Or you can gradually cut off the ends. So as your hair is growing, you're cutting off the ends. Your hair is growing, you're cutting off the ends, and then eventually all of your hair is natural. So the first step is making that decision to either transition or do a big chop. So 2, I would say, is do your research. Look for people on YouTube that have your type of hair that you think, because no two people's hair is the same type or the same texture. It may seem similar, but everyone has different types of textures going on in their hair. What someone else looks like may look like yours, but it's not yours. It'll be similar, but it still won't act like yours. There's so many variables to hair. So try your best to do, look at people who have similar textures to your hair and find out what they do. Tweak your regimen a little bit to what they do. And also I would say find people with hair that don't have hair like yours, because you could still learn some tips from them too, things that you shouldn't do and things that you can do. So, it's a learning process, but definitely do your research. You can read blogs, you can read books. I know they have a book called The Science of Natural Hair, and it's been out for quite some time, and you can read all about natural hair and stuff like that. So definitely inform yourself. When you make a decision, you don't want to do it because other people are doing it. You don't want to go in uninformed. You definitely want to know as much as you can so that you can be better informed, and you're never going to stop learning. You can learn as you go, but research. Do your research. Stop being one of those lazy people that are looking for people to tell them what to do, how to do it, and asking all of these crazy questions. I'm not trying to be funny, but some people I'm telling you, I've been on YouTube for a while, and they will ask the most simplest questions. It's like you could have gone in Google and typed that in and got a host of information. Like, I'm just keeping it real. Moving right along. Number 3. I said I wasn't gonna number it, right? I know. Build a regimen. I would say start with the regimen you have. Like, you may have a regimen already for your hair, you know, when it was relaxed or whatever. And you might not even know you had a regimen. A regimen basically is your way of doing your hair, like how you wash your hair, how you style your hair, how do you prepare it for bedtime, what you do to your hair in the morning. It's a series of things that you do to your hair. So you had one when you were relaxed. So I would say do the same thing, but now make some adjustments because your hair obviously is not relaxed anymore. It's going to be thicker. You're going to have more hair to deal with. You may have to moisturize it more. You may have to moisturize it with different products. You know, there's different things that are going to happen when you're transitioning or when you completely go natural. So start to build a new regimen based on your newly natural hair. Another tip I would say is focus on moisture and protein balance. Moisture is basically getting water into your hair with actual water or products that have water in them. Oils, unfortunately, a lot of people are disillusioned and think oils are moisturizing, but oils seal your hair. They provide shine, gloss, a layer on your hair, but they don't moisturize. Moisture comes from water, so you want to use water or products that have water in them, and water is going to soften your hair and provide the moisture that you need. Protein is going to strengthen your hair, and you want to have a protein and moisture balance. And again, this is where research is the sun is going down. I like to use natural light, so I think you saw the change. This is where your research is going to come in, and you have to do your research on moisture protein balance so you can have a balance between the softness and the strength of your hair. I would also say find hairstyles that you like. Start to look and see what hairstyles you're attracted to, depending on the length of your hair, the shape of your face, your personality. Start to see things that you might like. And don't be afraid to experiment. Maybe when you big chop, or maybe when you first go natural, you don't know what to do. So you may want to wear braids or a wig or something like that. But you don't want to get too caught up in wearing fake hair, because then you're not going to know how to style and manage your real natural hair. So the goal is to grow in your natural hair and learn how to care for it and get to know your hair, what it likes, what it doesn't like, how it responds to certain products, how it responds to a certain regimen that you build. It's really trial and error. No one can tell you exactly what to do, how to do it. You have to try it and see, and then make adjustments as you go along. Also, you want to find ways to protect your hair. If your goal is to have long hair, which a lot of naturals, they're on a hair journey where they want waist length hair, bra strap length hair, whatever it might be, you still want to protect your hair. That means, like, when the winter time comes, depending on where you live, you're going to do styles to suit your hair to make sure it's maintaining its moisture and its softness and everything. You're going to want to protect your hair at nighttime. You don't want to sleep on cotton and then it's drying out your hair and messing up your ends. You may want to sleep with a satin bonnet. Satin bonnets, I know you've heard, because satin is very delicate to the hair. It helps to seal in the moisture, and you can just put it on at night and go to sleep. And you can find these at my online store, etsy.com/shop/Kharyzma for you. Okay, check that out. Link will be in the description box. But yeah, you can use a satin scarf. You can use whatever you want to protect your hair, so long as it's gentle and, gentle to your hair. You also want to maintain your ends, cut the ends as necessary, trim your ends, as needed. What else would I want to say? Depending on your lifestyle, if you work out, if you go swimming a lot, like, you want to know how you're going to protect your hair from you sleeping at night, you doing your activities, the winter, the weather, things like that. What else I have? Styling tools. You'll want to invest in a few styling tools like a wide tooth comb, certain brushes that will help with detangling, you know, like your flexi rods, your perm rods, all sorts of things that you want to get to make your hair journey fun and switch it up sometimes so that you have things to look forward to or whatever have you. So those are a couple of tips. I can come back and share some more, but I just wanted to do a starter video to kind of spark your imagination and your mindset if you're newly natural and you're thinking about, you know, how you're going to do this and you don't know where to start. Those are a couple of tips that will help you to get the ball rolling. So I wish you lots of luck on your natural hair journey. Feel free to put questions in the comments. I'm on Instagram, Kharyzma for you.